Can you hear me now? Yes, you can hear me now. Okay. All right. Bear with me, please. I'm trying to figure it out. Um, where did I put the link? Here. And I might just have to re-add my, oh, of course, it wants to. Oh, it's the wrong way. What about now? Ooh, I don't like you. Can you hear me now? Wonderful. Okay. It's because I am there we go. Is it working? No, because sorry, trying to see if I can get rid of the echo. Can you guys hear the echo or is it just me? Okay. It is because Apple, no matter how many times you tell it to shut up, it thinks it is the most important thing and it should never be muted, which is why I constantly have the audio issues. And it keeps wanting to turn my microphone back on. And even then, I can't get it to be 100% quiet, even when I have it all the way down, because it still thinks for some reason that it shouldn't have to just be quiet. So if anybody knows how to make the iPad be 100% quiet, I would greatly appreciate that. But it just keeps turning itself right back on. Okay. Well, then I will just suffer with my own echoing. So aggravating. Just be quiet. To just let it go. Okay. I'm just gonna have to listen to me talk twice. Okay. So I don't have a game plan for today. We were kind of like, are we gonna do it or are we not gonna do it? But I am glad that we are doing it. So I have just pulled out some like spring products. This is the Lovely Layers Spring Birds and the Spring Greenery. And oh, I'm dropping stuff. And then this is the Blessings of Springs stamps and dies. I did like pre-die cut some of them, but I don't have a game plan for the complete card. And I know Kelly's are usually the original Kelly. Can we just have a moment to applaud the original Kelly because she's so lovely and she's still even behind the scenes like trying to help me get associated with all the things. Um, so does anybody have a specific thing they would like to see, or are you guys all just like wing it and it'll be fine? I'm just gonna sort while we come up with what we're gonna do. So I was so nervous that I wasn't gonna have any power. There was a huge storm that was rolling through, and we had like a severe thunderstorm warning right up until like 12:45. And my husband had sent me a text and was like, how's it going? And I was like, I'm setting up for this live. And I was like, I'm nervous we're going to lose power. And he was like, yeah, that'd be terrible. Like, thanks for the encouragement, babe. Um, and then while I was sitting here setting everything up, sure enough, the power went out. But thankfully it was just for like 1 second and then it came back on. Okay. Everybody seems to be voting for Wing It. Um, and I am here for winging it because y'all, my life every day, I'm on a wing and a prayer. Praise Jesus, get me through because I cannot be left to my own devices. Um, okay, so let's see here. Oh yeah, that is fun. Look at Laura wing it using birds. Mine was no pun intended, but that is funny. I'm gonna leave the little bird beaks in this container. Do you see this little container? Do you see this little disco ball at the bottom? That's from Caitlin's birthday card, and I set it in there, and it fits perfectly in the bottom, and so I haven't pried it out yet. All right. I think originally these ones here were supposed to be Queen Anne's lace. The ones you see um out in like fields and stuff. I think that's what they're meant to be. But maybe gonna add some color to these. Maybe that's what we'll do. Okay, so we have that. Oh, somebody asked me where I was from. I'm from Ohio. I am from Northeast Ohio, just outside of Cleveland. So I'm gonna pull up the the Lovely Layers bird spring birds, that little card. There is a way for me to show it to you on the screen, but I am so ill prepared that I'm not gonna do that today. So know that they're always available on the Honeybee website. And I know this because I go there every time I have to put something together and pull them up. Okay, later, yeah, here we go. You guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. You guys are so kind. Oh, Amanda, you're in Worcester. Girl, I used to drive out there when I was in my 20s, when I was young and I didn't have all my mama responsibilities. And there was a bar. Um, I was never a drinker, but they used to do Friday night music trivia. What was it called? Spud? Spud something, Spunkmeyers. That's what it was. And we used to go out there every single Friday night to play music trivia. Good time. It was such a good time. But then I think they stopped doing it. Or I got old and had responsibilities and couldn't go anymore. Who knows? So I feel very much like these ones go together. And this goes with the seated bird. This is the seated bird. This is the seated bird. This is the winged bird. This is the seated bird. Does the winged bird only have 3 pieces? Oh, yeah, thank you. You guys did ask me about mom, and I appreciate that. She is still in the hospital. Um, Yesterday, her numbers came up, which was good. Her, white blood cell count, her platelets and stuff was up. And so we thought, oh, well, maybe we finally made a turn and we're going in the right direction. But today they're back down. So, yeah, it's been a lot going on. Um, Really, reading your comments, you guys are so kind. You're giving me far too much credit. The credit should go to you. You're the one who took the time to practice the techniques that you learned. So you can color because of you, not because of me. So it has the beaks. And then yeah, it really does just have 4. I always pick the seated bird. I've never done the winged bird, so maybe that's the bird that we should do today is the winged one. Um, okay. I think we should do a little bit of ink blending to just kind of set the stage back here, because we're going to have birds flying. Oh, so in my craft, like Kelly's craft room is set up so nice, and she has this big, beautiful wall of things behind her. Mine is more dumpster fire. That's more the vibe my craft room gives. Over here is my camera setup, which is I had these out to be photographed. Okay. So I like these big brushes best for doing like really light applications of ink. So they're perfect for getting like a nice light blue sky and leaving some white area to appear to be clouds. And you can always build up the blue as bright as you would like it to be. Did I? Oh, I did. I wet my little microfiber washcloth and I left it in the bathroom. Because why wouldn't I? All right. And then maybe we'll do kind of another little patch coming through here. So we've got this nice little diagonal cloud. Oh yeah, Shelly, no. I'm not even trying to get it put together, girl. I am who I am. I can't try to be something I'm not. I am a mess. And like when I'm doing this, I'm obviously you can see I'm starting off of the paper, but I'm not applying any pressure either. I'm just holding it and moving in circles. Just going to kind of extend that out a little bit so it's a nice little bit of a softer blend. Okay. And I craft in the bathroom on the counter between 2 sinks. Girl, you committed. You love this hobby. Lord have mercy. Get you a TV tray. Get you a TV tray. Oh, I didn't say what color it was. Salty Ocean, which is my favorite blue. I can't help it. It's so pretty. Blue is my boyfriend. All shades. Okay. So we're going to set this aside. And then I think we will I'm gonna have to be a little ghetto to clean this up, but that's okay. It does work. All right, so now we have a blue sky. What color should we do our birds? Are they supposed to be a specific kind of bird? Let's have a peek see. And you can look at my profile. My condolences. Um, it's a robin and a bluebird. I say we make them both bluebirds because it's my card. So I say we make them both bluebirds. So now, apparently, this bluebird also has some brown on their chest. So let's look and see what Copa colors I have sitting over here. So I'm thinking that it will do the birds blue, but maybe we'll do the flowers purple. Because we talk about all the time, like on the color wheel, picking out those colors that are going to work really nicely together. And blue and purple are right next to each other on the color wheel, so they will work really well. So I'm thinking maybe instead of doing Queen Anne's lace, we'll do these little purple flowers. That's what I think. Okay. So now, if you've never watched my videos before, when I have my things laid out, I like to, with the lovely layers, I like to add one layer over the top of the other so that I can do the shadow. And then this layer goes here. And then finally, this little guy goes here. So now is when we start looking. Oh no, this little guy goes first. See, because he's got the beak. So he goes first. And then he goes like this. Okay, so now that I've got them all lined up, I can see all of the layers that I need to add shading, shadows to. Your hair is purple. That's fantastic. So my like I have several maybe I'm not the only one. I have several friends that I have met in different ways that are like my best friends. It's like my crafty best friend, but or my like long life, my whole life best friend. And then I have my high school best friend. And well, I mean, she might as well be whole life best friend at this point in juncture because we are not spring chickens anymore. Um, so anyway, our senior year of high school, she decided she was going to dye her hair a variety of different colors. Purple was one of them. And she just kind of went through the rainbow. Um, where's my 50? So anyway, she kind of went through the rainbow. And so she started with pink and then pink to purple, purple to blue. And then she went blue to green. And then for some reason, she decided green was the color that she was going to go back to brown on. When I tell you goose poop was the color of her hair, I could not be more accurate. It was, there was no, she had stripped all of the gold right out of it. And then she put that brown over that green. Oh, it was very unfortunate. Where is it's like I know I had it because I know what I was working on. So now there it is. It's just being tricky. Okay. So here we're gonna use the This is the whole kind of E50s family here. We're going to use these ones for the cream colored section. And we are going to use these ones for the brown section. Okay? All right. Now, when I go in, when I do my shadows, the part that I like to pick the lightest color in order to get my, you just got to get them lined up. Okay. And then I just hold them in place. This one is a little bit tricky only because that, Molly, honey, I don't have anything for you. It was not an invitation. Okay, and then while we're here, we're also going to mark the shadow for this. This is the cream colored part. So, Mal, everybody can hear you whining. You need to go on, please. Thank you so much. Oh, Svetlana, you're here. Thank you so much for coming. She and I met, Yana introduced us at Create years ago. She's so kind and so talented. Okay, blue. So I do, Isabel, is that, you have to tell me how to pronounce your preferred name because I see Isabel's in parentheses. Um, she said that she has Olos versus Copics. If you guys would prefer to see Olos, I also have them. So I could incorporate those into the lives if that is the kind of marker that you would prefer. This is going to be for our blues. Okay, and I'm just going to mark this here and here. And I think that's it, right? Yeah. Okay. So I like to start with my lightest section so I don't accidentally pick up any darker color. So it seems that we have a mix of Olos and Copics. And considering we're going to be hanging out once a week, maybe we'll switch between the two so that way everybody kind of gets to see. All right, so this part is the cream color one. So I know it's probably hard to see. Let me hold it up. So you can see just that really faint line. So I'm just going to follow along that line with my darkest color and then do some little flicks. Because it is supposed to be cream, so we don't want to get too crazy. And then I'm going to go right back over that with the next color. Oh, I got to get in the habit of putting these down. Can you even read them? Well, don't worry. We have a better setup coming. We're on a wing and a prayer today. It's E53. Okay. And then my final color is an E50. And I'm going to go over the whole thing. Because this lighter color will not only just blend the other ones, but it'll help make it so that it is just a little bit lighter. And then we just leave it like that. This part is the brown. Now, we already know from when it was laying down, our shadow is going to be on this side. Okay, let me bring this up here. So our shadow is on this side. It is brown, but it's not a dark brown. So we're going to use our dark brown very sparingly. We're just going to kind of bump it up against the edge so that the paper absorbs it. Oh, my room color? Thank you, Brandon. It is Spa from Bayer, I think. So now, this one we are going to extend just a little bit out. And then we'll get it all together with our 55. And again, we're just going to go right over those darker colors and it will help blend everything together. So see, I always like to double check. This is the part you guys don't see in videos. I cut it out, but I do like to double check to just make sure everything is lining up and there's no white spots. Okay, so for this, I'm just going to go in right here like that because I know that part's going to be brown. All right, now let's look at our winged parts. So here we have, let me go over here and get these into my hand. All right, so now I'm going to go in. This is my darkest. I hold them in my hand and I have to break that habit. Okay, so here we're going to add this B06 and this has all these little notches in it, right? Because they're all different feathers. So we're going to just barely touch it and bring it in between those little feathers. Okay. And then for this one, we're going to do a little flicking from the top and then the same thing from the bottom. Now, we want to vary the length of the strokes so that we don't have just like a solid wall of color. Let me bring this up here so you can see. See how some of them are a little bit longer? That's what we want because that's going to help look at more natural. Okay. Now, on to B04. And you guys will also have to tell me because, like, I can be more chit chatty, less very specific teaching. It just depends on what you guys are interested in doing. Okay. And we're going right back over these ones and doing the same thing. Because remember, we see the most of our midtones. We see the least of our shadows and our highlight colors. So this is my light midtone, and I am taking this up and getting the side of the wing section, the wing section as well. Okay. Hi, Susie. Don't worry about being late, girl. I'm late to everything I go to. If I'm on time to my own funeral, my husband will be shocked. Okay. Now, these are here. Let me show you because I always tell you guys in the video, like you just leave the littlest bit of white parts for your highlight, and it really is just like the littlest bit. And then we will go over the other ones because the alcohol markers are transparent, so it does pick up some of that color and gives us a little bit more definition. So you can see kind of how we've pieced out those little wing parts. And then I'm going to take this marker and I'm going to go right around this edge so that none of the white shows through. Okay. And then I'm going to come over here now that I know what my colors are looking like. And I know all this is going to be blue. And I'm going to do the same thing. No whites showing. And then this part, Okay. A cross between Nanette, I'm here for that. Okay. All right, there we go. And now, so we're slowly building up how our little bird is going to look amazing because he or she is blue. And blue is the most beautiful. See, look at we're almost there. Last part here. Okay. Now this last part has a lot of the detail on it, which is great because that's going to give us what we need to follow along the lines of adding our shadows. Okay. I gotta get some more coffee. You see my mug? Oh, look, you can finally see my mug. I'm drinking from this mug all the time. This mug was a Christmas gift. Nathan drew this. This is his art project when he was in kindergarten. And it's my coffee mug. See? It says World's Best Mom from Nathan. Isn't it the cutest thing you ever seen? It's my favorite mug. Okay. Now back to the bird. Okay. So here I can see in the detailing that there is some shorter layers of wings. So I want to go on kind of the outside of that and add in some shadows. And then here, there are also some shorter wings. And this is going to start us into these other wing sections. So we're going to do flicking, but we want to make sure that we are maintaining this white section in between because those are shorter feathers and it's going to further our dimension if we can leave that part lighter. Because then it will genuinely look like we have multiple layers of feathers. Okay. So then from here, I'm going to add a couple of flicks down from the neck. And I want the top of the head to be lightest. So I'm going to take this right around here and maybe do a little bit of flicking here from the um, beak. Okay. What cardstock am I using? I am using um, Nina 80-pound solar white cardstock. So I know Kelly's are typically a bit shorter. Is that something you guys prefer? Um, Totally fine. Because if you prefer them to be like, I don't know, like around an hour or whatever, we can always work our way through the card. Like today we could color the birds and the next time we could do the flowers. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that you guys are busy and time is a precious commodity. And then it would allow us to be, um, to teach some things that are a bit more involved with our coloring. Okay. Oh, I'm still holding them in my hand, y'all. I'm gonna get it someday, I swear. Okay. And then here, we're leaving again just that littlest bit of white. Same thing with this. I just try to be intentional about making sure that I'm putting the color, um, like the mid-tone down on the same side. So like for each of these, it's on the right-hand side. Well, okay, so Kathy said it would be nice to have it more than once a week. Um, So I will still be doing my regular honeybee videos. And you guys know, I mean, especially if you just went to the retreat, we have an amazing honeybees design team is fantastic. So here I'm just filling that in um, with the lightest color. And again, I'm going over all of them so that it can lift any color that it needs to. But see, look how dimensional she is. Okay, so now we like to double check. We got to get that beak out of the cup. All right. Oh, I do see some of you guys talking about Nashville. The intention is to teach at Nashville, but I will uh, have to see what's going on with mom. I have to have a conversation with Erin because I totally would not blame her if she would prefer to go with somebody else for teaching because I am a little bit of a risk right now. I think this is no, this is the robin beak. Is it the robin beak? Do I know what I'm talking about? All right, hold on. I had to put my stuff. I had to put my stuff on the floor to make room for my iPad. So I gotta get mine. Okay. So this is how well loved my honeybee tweezers are. The logo is actually worn off, and I don't have black on the tip anymore, but nonetheless. And then this is just a pickup uh, type tool, which is great for the beaks and the eyes. Okay, so now we need an orange. And where's the darker one? Yep, I sure did. Okay, so I'm gonna add some shading to the back here and the underneath. Not a lot of real estate here, but we don't want it to look completely flat comparative to all of the other coloring that we've done. Just scoot it around until all of it gets colored. Okay. And now I can pick it up and put it there. And it fell off. Oh. I love that you guys all know each other in the chat. I know Kelly knows that all of you too. Some of you I recognize from my own channel. But I'm hoping that the more time we spend together, that I will get to be friends with you too. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, let's put this bad boy together. So, you're my back piece. You are my next piece. Okay. Line this up. So I'm thinking since we have a mix of long and short, I think today we'll color the birds and then next week, because we already have a background going, right? That's part's already done. So then maybe next Wednesday we'll do the flowers and the leaves and hopefully put it together. but I know my style of coloring is a little bit more involved, and so it does take a little bit more time. Now not every we won't do coloring every time, uh, but since we were winging it, my apologies. I had to go with what I'm comfortable with. I had to go with what I knew I could accomplish. But of course, um, if you guys have something that you want to see or one of the honeybee stamp sets or dies or whatever, you're like, I'd really love to see this, by all means, let us know. Um, and I will be happy to do that. I do have one um, follower who had sent me a message, and I'm going to be honest with you, the message is kind of old, and I apologize because I did not. Oh, I got to scoot this in. Um, oh, did I put it in the wrong place? Guys, what did I do? Oh, yeah, it's got to get backed up. All right, we have to perform surgery. Scalpel, stand by. It's not this. That part can stay. It's this. Got it. All right. No, you are not the only person who has to do that. I have to do it all the time. I voted for your card. Brandon, are you in something that we can vote for you? Tell me what it is. Leave me a link. Okay. I'm going to lay this here. And then I'm going to glue this piece down. It's a little worse for the wear, but I don't think anybody's going to notice. Okay. So now, oh yeah, it definitely gets tucked higher than I had it. Pardon me. There. See, I had them down low before. And I don't have any adhesive that's stuck there, but if you do, just get you an adhesive eraser. They're relatively inexpensive. And obviously, as you can see, you don't use very much of it at a time, but it does pick up the adhesive if you needed to. Okay, back here. Yeah, oh, Belinda, is it you? Is it you who messaged me? Somebody sent me a message and said that they were having a super hard time coloring the iris. So that is what I was about to say. That one is high on top of my list to color, because somebody had specifically asked for it. If it was not you who messaged me and it's somebody else, then two people want to see the iris. So we'll definitely do that. Okay, so now there, that's lining up so much better, isn't it? Okay. And then I got my little beak. I'm just going to put a little dot here. And this is where this fancy tool comes in, because it's so much easier. Okay, there. And so now normally we would do the little eyeball black. Oh, Cynthia, that's so kind. Thank you so much. The iris and the hummingbird together. I have not done that. I have done the hummingbird, but I have not done them together. So anyway, there is a piece in here that you would color to be the eyeball, and it would sit right in there. But I'm not going to do that because I like using the little pearls. Or you could use, everything in my room is a mess. I know I had them here the other day. Anyway, Honeybee has some obsidian gemstones. You could use those as well, and that would work. But I am just going to use this little pearl as our eyeball. Oh, look, I didn't get enough glue down back here. This is where I tried to pry it up before I realized they were two different pieces. Oops. Okay. So this is our first bird. Very cute. Okay. Now we'll color this second one. Now, this is meant to be a robin, which means that the layering guide colors show it as a robin. But we decided to make them bluebirds. So now we are going to color it like bluebirds. Look at my watch. It's like you have 150 steps left this hour. We ain't going to make it. Okay. So then I will do this. We might have to make up our own belly. See, because this comes up and gets his face, but I need his face to be blue. I want his chest to be brown. Decisions, decisions. Okay, we're going to make it up. It's all right. So let's get in and mark these. If I was my lightest blue, I would have disappeared to where? Here, underneath my pearl. Okay. Yeah, I do know that everybody misses the evening live stream. That one's obviously a little bit harder for me because I have littles, but Lisa and I did talk about maybe doing like one a month in the evening. So that way you guys just, you're not left with nothing if you work during the day, which we totally understand. Plus, everybody's in different time zones. So, all right. I think I'm going to make my own belly lines. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to mark this with blue. And then oh yeah, the scary spider stories. I'm so glad I don't live there anymore. I'm so glad I don't live there anymore. But I am very grateful for that house because it was there when I needed a house. That's just where I was at my life. So I'm very grateful for the critter cottage, but I am also very grateful to not live there anymore. All right. So we're gonna come up with our own line here. And I think we're just gonna take it right up here. So maybe like that. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll cut another piece. It's just paper. Okay. So now I'm gonna use our light colors. Okay. All right. So this is for the light section of the belly. And again, I'm going to make up my own lines. So I'm kind of following, let me hold this up for you. So see, there's these, help me. Oh, the embossed section. So I'm kind of following that to create the shape for the belly. And then this other line is for, oh my gosh, Susan, you're on the treadmill, girl. God bless you. I've been trying to get more walks in. Sometime it work out, sometime it don't. Okay. So now remember, this is not the coloring that Honeybee intended when they put together the layering guides. This is me making it up so that I may have two bluebirds instead of a robin and a bluebird. Okay. So now we do need the darker bits. Okay. I'm also going to use these darker bits to get the feet. And I'm just going to add a little bit of darkness right where they're meeting each other. Extend that out and then right along the bottom so that our lightest part is along that top edge. There we go. Now we got some feet, and this part we're gonna this is going to be our dark brown, like how we have this here. We're going to have that there right underneath their neck. And we have these little rumply parts. And then, of course, we'll add a little bit of shading. I think I'm going to come up just a little bit so it's more at an angle. How do most of you know each other? Donna, so I have met people in person, but also like people in the craft industry. Like you just build relationships from seeing each other on the same kind of lives, meeting each other at events. If you go to events, for a long time, I really didn't. But also, um, design teams. Design teams is a big way that I met a lot of people in the industry. Um, so if that's something you're interested in, a great way to meet people. All right. And back in the day, because I'm old, 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 you guys know this. Hero Arts used to have a Flickr group, and they would have hostesses that were actual, just like regular crafters. And like if you got picked to be a hero hostess, it was like a really big deal. And then they would go around and like comment on people's cards and things like that. So even from like back in the beginning of the internet, when the only people who were making videos were Jennifer McGuire and Christina Warner, um, there was still like a very encouraging craft community. It was just on Flickr. I'm pretty sure it's all dead now, but my Flickr account is still out there, and it has my very first cards on it. And they're awful, but everybody came from somewhere, so I see no reason to hide them. Oh yeah, it is on two channels. Yeah, so if that's confusing you, I apologize. Um, it is on my channel as well as Honeybee channel. Okay, so now let's get into the blue section. Okay, let's color this part first. So under the beak, and then kind of from the sides, we'll add some blue. And then I'm just going to go right along this brown edge. I have a hair. It's itching my nose. Okay. extend these out. And we're going to go kind of around the eye a little. This is the beak. Yeah, see, others of you, they also did Flickr. Hero Arts is. Oh yeah, dude, the bonus stamp is very nice for Hero Arts. Um, I do uh I do like that they've added a little extra in there. Um, I think that's great. And this year or this month it's frogs, which is adorable. Okay, so now I think it's going to be okay. Like I think it's going to give us the look that we want. We'll see in a minute. Okay, so now I have to add shadows here because this is where my original like line was. So we want to add shadows here, but we also want to add shadows here. So, and we'll bring in a couple from down here. Move on to the next. Do we even know how this is going to look? No, ma'am. No, sir. We do not. But we out here doing it. Okay. Lightest color there. Hmm. Get your line up there. Feel like that should be more connected. Maybe I'll put a little brown underneath it. Okay. Oh, Judith, you live in Hawaii? Girl, that's amazing. All right. Here, we're just going to add a little bit of brown here. And then we'll do the blue here. And what along here. Yeah. Okay. Moving on to this section. So this, I don't think we need quite as much dark. And this, we're going to do just a little bit of flicking there. Okay. Oh, hi, Mindy. Thanks for stopping in. Mindy's another one that I met due to create, just like Svetlana. Okay. And then we're just gonna need these other ones to be probably some browns here. And some cream color here. Last bit of the wing. So where it's going to be in the back, I'm going to come around the back side here. And then again, this has some areas with shorter wings, shorter feathers. What am I even saying? So we're going to doop, doop, doop. Okay. And then this is the lightest color. So it's given us a couple of little layers there. Now let's lay everything together and see how we are looking. Hmm, Thoughts? I wish this brown was more gray, like it followed the shape of the body better. Maybe. Maybe if I add a little bit more, it won't seem so stark. Let's try this. Stay where you go, sir. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think that is better. I think we have a better flow there. Okay. Let's glue this guy together. This one first. And this is the Spring Birds. So for this card that we are going to make between today and next Wednesday, hopefully we're able to get it done. We are using the Spring Birds, the Spring Greenery, because I need some flowers in my life. And we are using the Blessings of Spring stamps and dies. Okay, there's that. Doesn't that just look crazy? Until you get all the pieces together, it looks wild. Okay. So I had a class that I put together that it actually uses a lot of these same products. Um, and it was a class that I taught at Crop on the Cape, and then I did it on my own channel. We had a little live, and now it's just a static class that's available for um, purchase. But I laughed so hard at myself because when I did the original card, like the example card, when I was figuring out what I was going to teach, this piece right here, I didn't even use it. I completely left it off. And then, when people were looking at the card in person and then we were making the card in class, they were like, oh, what's this piece? It's extra. Oh, no, I just owned up to my boo boo because, that's what I do. So I want this to be a little bit more because it's got that blue there. How am I liking that? A little angular, but that's okay. All right. So speaking of parts, I forgot. We got to do a beak. And I believe this is, yep. Okay. We're going to do it the same way we did the other one. Turn the bead around here, Gloria. Okay. I have a big old pile of Copics right here, and they're just tumbling down. Just tumbling down. All right. All right. So I know that Lisa is in here somewhere. And I know that normally Lisa likes to do a little giveaway because she's very generous like that. So when she is ready to pick a winner, I'll try my best to pop it on screen like Kelly does. But if not, blame me, not them, because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. So now we're going to get another little pearl for our eyeball. That's how I prefer to do them. I think it makes it look much more realistic. Okay. So now let's look at our little guys here, or girls, or a guy and a girl, whatever you like. So see, they do have quite a bit of dimension, which I like. The lovely layers are so well done. So let's just look at them on the card here. See? And maybe we'll get a little leaf for this one to stand on, and this one will be flying, and they're complementary to this salty ocean. Oh, I think this is going to be so good, guys. Okay. And then see, maybe we'll do some flowers and these little leaves. Put a little bird on our branch there. This one's flying. So we got to create the balance. So maybe like this. And maybe we could just pop a couple of little leaves here. And then where would we put our sentiment? Did I miss it? Did Lisa announce a winner and I missed it? I've been trying to pay attention. Do I just pick one? Kelly, I see you out there, girl. If I just pick one, you just tell me and I will pick one. Oh, hi, Paula. Thanks so much for coming. Okay, so the time of singing birds has come. That's kind of nice. May your day bloom with happiness. This is a long one. Wishing you all the beautiful blessings of spring. I like that one. The time of singing birds has come. I feel like that's part your time to bloom. That's kind of a tinier one. So maybe. Oh, Kelly, you're Lisa today. Okay, girl, then you let me know. I think maybe we could put the sentiment up here. Can we scoot this bird down a little and maybe we could pop the sentiment up here? And that would create our balance. We'll play around with that some more next week. And then, of course, if you are catching this on the replay, you have any questions, you have something that for sure, like, hey, I want you to color that. I think our next project is going to be that iris. So we'll wrap this one up next week and then we'll work on the iris after that. But if there's anything that, technique wise you want to see or product wise that you want to see, don't be shy. I am open for ideas. Okay. And I think, oh, Kelly is Lisa today. Thank you so much, Kelly, for being here. And then so once she tells me who our winner is, she did teach me how to pop it on screen. I just got to watch for it. Cassidy, the Hoosier Captain. You know that is a beautiful die, but you also, do you know me? All them little bits. Well, it'll take us a month to make that card, girl. Okay. Gracie Erickson, you are our winner. And so you want to message Kelly at, is it honeybee at their customer care at honeybee.com? Kelly, pop it on the screen and I'll put it up there. Uh, where you need to email. Winning's so fun, isn't it? It was so nice to spend some time with you guys and work on some coloring things, and this was a ton of fun. I love that. Oh no, she's got it right here. Oh, look it. See, I just had to remember to go into banners. There it is. Tracy, send the email to customercare@honeybeestamps.com and they'll get you out your gift card. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I um I had such a good time. I appreciate you showing up for my first one and being really patient with me. Um, because we know technology is not my friend. But anyway, I will see you guys next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 Central. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I always appreciate you, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.